Okay, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a good evening so far. So we've been kind of doing the thing where we start with Outer Wilds and then switched over to Chaos Head, the visual novel, for a while now. So that's what we're doing again tonight. So I did some reading on how you're supposed to get to the vessel. Apparently, all they said was you're supposed to just be able to float right past those anglerfish without getting their attention. I thought I tried doing that before. And it didn't work, so I'm kind of like, I don't know. But it is possible that I might have turned my ship, and or hell, I think, yeah, I don't know. I can't remember now. It was a little while ago, so I don't exactly remember what I did. But anyway, well, I guess we'll give it another shot. Okay, yeah, that wasn't good. I kind of screwed up there, but okay, it doesn't matter. We just need to get in here. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is get to the Know My Grave here. And then And then place that scout, and then we can head over to that red light right there in the middle. Just kind of stick ourselves down on here. Okay. And we just gotta shoot the scout here into the seed right here. Okay. Then we go back into the ship. Okay, now it's landed near the vessel. So, I think I gotta be careful with my approach because, okay, if I can get the fuck out of here. Okay, hold on, I can get around here. So, I think the deal is even when you like turn like this, you're still like using your thrusters. And so I think that can still alert those anglerfish. So here we go. We'll give this a shot. Okay, I don't know how long we have to float before we're safe. Okay, there's something up ahead here. I mean, I can still hear them, so I'm gonna say we're not far enough yet. Although, if I wait too long, I'm gonna crash into these things, and then that's gonna make sound, so... By God, I think we've done it. I've finally reached the vessel. Okay, now where the fuck am I supposed to land is the question. Over here? You can't really land over there. Yeah, I mean, there's zero gravity, so you can't exactly, like, land, per se. You just kind of... Okay. So this is it. Okay. Where are we going exactly? Scout. Okay, can we go in here? Okay, I guess we're going in here then. Okay, there, that's dead end. Okay, I think we should probably go this way. Oh, okay, never mind. That's a fucking dead end. Alright. Okay, I guess we'll go this way. I don't know. Looks like there's maybe another entrance there. Ship log updated. Okay. Wait a sec. There's a... Oh my god, there's a warp core here? Huh. Okay. Let's see. What does this do? What did that do? Okay, I don't see anything happening, and there's also a thing here. That's not doing anything. Okay, let me try moving it over here. Oh, okay, now something's happening. Ship log updated. Oh, okay. Okay. Kinda... I guess is something supposed to happen over here? I don't know. Okay, let me try just moving this back over here again. Okay, this comes down again now. Oh. Am I supposed to, like... Uh-oh. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up, hold up. Oh. Oh, shit. I didn't realize they were gonna do that. Shit like that. Fuck. So I gotta, like, figure out a pattern here. I honestly don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. Okay. What is... I don't know what that's doing. Well, okay. I guess let's just see what the fuck this does. Okay, I got the warp core. We're gonna stick it in there. Oh, it's broken though. So, I don't know. Huh. That doesn't do anything. Alright, bro, come on now. There's gotta be something. I wonder. I'm still not sure what this is supposed to do. Yeah, I don't really know. Okay. Okay. I don't know, is there anything else in here I'm not seeing? Oh. Okay, yep, there's some stuff to read here, apparently. Okay. To any Nomai clans whose vessels can hear this message. It's clear the universe is dying. There are fewer and fewer resources and safe places within space now, so my clan and I believe the best option is for all of our clans to stay together. If you can reach the gloaming galaxy, we found that black rock suns are fairly stable and life in this star system is comparatively thriving. We live in relative safety. If you prefer to continue exploring alone, know you will be on your own. Kanna, we're making our way to you. It's good to hear from you, Brahmi. We will watch for your vessel. Has anyone heard from Neem? His clan was on its way to our vessel, but they never arrived, and he hasn't sent any messages. I'm beginning to worry. That is unsettling. It reminds me of that old myth my grandfather used to tell, the disappearance of Eskal. I remember hearing that story as a child. One day, Eskal's vessel simply stopped responding. The other clans searched and searched, but found no trace. It was as if their missing friends had warped out of existence. That's no myth, friends. Eskal's clan existed, and their story was real. What a curious event to have passed into myth. Our ancestors' ancestors were told that story when they were young. Are you sure it's true, Hyssop? It was a very long time ago, but yes, my clan's ancestors searched for Eskal's clan for a long time, but in the end, none of them were ever seen again. It's the only time in our history a vessel has ever disappeared this way. Hyssop, I hope you aren't comparing Eskal's story to my clan's vessel. Neem, my friend, we feared you were gone. Not yet, we aren't, but nearly. We found trouble during our warp. The triple suns of the bright Sparks star system exploded, and it was only a lucky coincidence we weren't caught in the blast. We'll meet you soon, Kanna. I'm relieved your clan is safe, Neem. It's good to hear your words. Any vessels nearby, remember to be extremely cautious of potentially unstable stars, which is most of them now. So this is like a whole new cast of characters here, and sounds like they're from a different solar system. Okay, let's read this one over here. Okay. This is Escal's vessel. Something went badly wrong during our warp, and our vessel is mortally wounded. We need help as quickly as possible. Our vessel appears to has it fused with the local environment somehow? There are vines that are now part of the vessel. It's been torn apart from inside itself. We are abandoning our vessel. Any Nomai clans or spaceflight capable species receiving this message, I implore you, we need your help. Is this broken? Can anyone hear me? Our vessel is dying. We need immediate assistance. That's it. Okay. What does this mean? I mean, I guess we could sit here and wait for the supernova and then see if something happens with this warp core. I don't know. 50% fuel. I don't think there's anything else here. Hold on. Is there something up here? Oh, wait. This is new. What is this? I'm recording now. I've never encountered anything like this. The signal the vessel is receiving appears to be older than the universe itself. This is our first contact with anything of this nature. Everyone, prepare to warp immediately. Escal, wait. I need more time to send an outgoing message. Shouldn't we tell another clan where we're going? We can send the message upon our arrival. This extraordinary signal appeared suddenly. It may disappear just as quickly, and we can't lose a discovery this incredible. Focus on preparing for the warp instead. I understand. Anana, is the vessel ready to warp to the signal's approximate coordinates? The warp core is powered, but this will be a significant jump. Afterward, we'll need time to recharge the core. That shouldn't create a problem, provided we arrive at or near the signal's source. Everyone, we're ready to warp. Okay, well, we're almost at the, end of the cycle here. Okay. I don't know. Isn't this that's the dark bramble symbol there. It's like going here do anything? I don't know. I guess we're about to find out if the supernova does anything. that was the supernova. Nothing's happening here. Is there something happening here? No. Not yet, anyway. Okay. Okay, well, I thought maybe something would happen, like a warp portal would appear or something, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I don't know. The three thingies that you push the ball around in and have to do something, right? But I have no freaking clue what pattern I'm supposed to use on that. Alright, well, we have a bunch of new information in our ship log now, so let's see. I found derelict Nomai vessel. Vessel warp core is long dead. I activated a 3-sided pillar. Some sort of input device. The Nomai tried to call for help, but the vessel's outgoing message system broke during the crash. Vessel can still hear incoming message from other Nomai vessels. The remaining Nomai clans are regrouping in response to the impending universe from other Nomai vessels. I found a recording of the original signal the Nomai encountered. The Nomai encountered... Wait, I found a recording of the original signal the Nomai encountered from Eye of the Universe. The signal might disappear, so they warped. Does that mean... Huh. Okay, well, it doesn't say there's more to explore here, so... Damn. The vessel's warp core. I mean, this is kind of a weird idea, but what if I took the warp core... I don't know. I mean, it says the warp core is dead, so I guess it isn't going to do anything. Just trying to think. Let me think. Ash Twin. Some sort of input device. mean, I have an idea, but I don't know. I think it's kind of a long shot, to be honest. Let's see. Hey, I don't know what else to do. Okay, let's see. Let's go to... Okay. Yeah, I have an idea, but I don't know. There's the quantum moon. Well, since I got a recording of that signal, I'm kind of, oh, hey, what do you know? No, not dark bramble, you stupid fucking... I mean, shit, since it's here, we might as well just fuck around and try to land on this thing. Yeah. Okay, let's just go ahead and go to the Ash Twin here. Okay, I think that should be good. Maybe, well, actually, maybe a little bit further away. Okay, that's good. Okay. Still nothing come up yet. Okay. Interloper. Anyway. Okay, so I think... Bro, why does it do that? Okay, that's weird. The interloper comes back around again? Interesting. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna go over here now. get out of this thing's way. I mean, well, I don't know. Oh, wow. I just had another idea. Yeah, I bet that's what you have to do. Okay. No, I guess that's not quite right. There's 4 on this side and, well, I don't know, because there's 8 masks, so I guess that doesn't really correspond to... Okay, well, I guess we can try my other idea, which is I'm going to take the warp core out of here and I'm gonna bring it all the way to the vessel. Unfortunately, that means I have to get past those anglerfish again. But yeah, I think that's probably what you have to do. So let's get this. Hey, there we go. Deactivate this. So yeah, we are gonna take this bitch out of here. Okay. And then I'm gonna basically take this all the way to the vessel. Okay. Alright, now where's, oh shit, where's the ship? Where's the ship? There it is. Alrighty. So, let's see. Oh, it's not gonna let me just set it down? I guess not. Okay, well, let's go ahead and head over to Dark Bramble, wherever the hell that is. There it is. And there's no way to warp to Dark Bramble, right? I go into the wrong thing here? I may have. Shit. Yeah, this is the problem with not planting the scout beforehand. I probably should have done, but then again, well, I don't know. Hell, I mean, it should be around here somewhere. You know what? I have an idea. Yeah, I should have just done that. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Okay, well, come on. There's gotta be... How come I'm not seeing it anywhere? Shit, I might have just gone to the wrong fucking place. Yeah, I'm just getting warped back to this over and over again. And there's just no sign of this anywhere. Okay, well. Okay. Yeah, the vessel. Shit, that means I'm gonna have to fucking do this again. Well, now it's like 3 fucking kilometers away. What the fuck? Oh, okay. Am I gonna be able to get? Get in there, come on. Shit. Yeah. Fuck, dude. Yeah, I think... Well, I don't know. I should be able to just... Alright, tell you what. Let's just go straight for the red signal this time. Instead of... it does suck though. God damn it. I basically got a time limit. Man. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna have enough time to do this now. Because my headset is at 20%. I don't know, I wish there was a way to speed this part up, but there isn't. Kind of annoying. And what do you know? What time is it anyway? Damn, already? Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna be cutting this short, cutting this really close if I'm just gonna go ahead and play it safe. Okay, don't want to hit that fucking plant. That would not be good. Yeah, I'm not going to be... I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this by the time the headset dies. the other way. Fuck. Come on. Okay, hold on, actually stop. Let me do this real quick. Okay, vessel. No. Alright. Let's just continue. Okay, so I think we're just gonna go straight to this fucking red deal here. Okay. Okay, now I'm trying to remember where, okay. Okay. This still isn't doing anything here. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with that. Okay, hold on, stop. Go back here, so let me just see what, is this? Hello? Oh wow, it just flat out doesn't work at this point. Okay. Well, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with this. I don't know. Yeah. Where was that deal at? I'm trying to remember now. There was like somewhere around here. Where the, wait, oh, was it? It might have been down here, actually. Yeah. Dark bramble. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. Wow. That was weird. I thought for sure, like, bringing that warp core over to the vessel would lead to something, but all it ended up doing was giving the vessel gravity. Well, I mean, big whoop. I don't know. I need to figure out, though, what you're supposed to do with that pillar that has the six, like the hexagons. Because I have no idea what you're supposed to do with that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on that for a while. See if I can come up with anything. It's a weird one. But anyway. Okay. Yeah, so let's see what happened yesterday. So, Takumi is now trying to come up with proof that somebody else is Shogun and not him, and that somebody else is behind these murders, so that the detective can't. Well, basically, yeah, he's trying to disprove the detective's claims. Yua, I'm talking about. So, I don't know. He found some stuff on 8chan that seemed to link this band called Phantasm to New Gen. So he thinks he might be able to discover some more about the murders and be able to provide proof that he's not involved with the murders, if he can track down Phantasm and see what's going on with them. Specifically, he's most interested in the lead singer, whose name is Fess. So he went to a Phantasm concert, and he saw Fess, of course, at the concert because she's the singer. And at one point, Fess, kind of gave him a pretty cold stare, and that scared him off enough that he just like ran out of the concert and left. So I think that's pretty much everything that happened yesterday. So uh, we'll pick up here. So the first thing I did after coming home from the Phantasm concert was boot up ESO. There was a half-eaten bag of chips next to my computer. They were stale, but I didn't mind. They were actually pretty good this way. ESO was my life. It was a place where I could feel at home, a place that would help me forget all the awful things that happened in reality. Inside ESO, I could forget all the bad things that happened. I ceased to be me and became Nightheart, free to travel as I wished in Vassalard. But today, Nightheart wasn't doing so good. Of course, I knew it was my fault. The problem was with my own judgment and reaction times. But I was failing at things I could normally do easily. I was playing to make myself feel better,
but I was just feeling worse.
なんだよこいつ捨てるぞお前
I knew it was my own fault, but I still yelled at Nightheart.
ああもうムカつく
I tore at my hair and kicked the exposed metal plating that formed the wall of my room. After working out my anger, I sighed and leaned back into my chair. I stared at the monitor, only half paying attention to what was on the screen. Nightheart was no longer under my control. He was standing at the entrance of Shangri-La City, facing in a random direction with his back turned to me and not moving an inch. I always fought the enemies like this with his back to me. Nightheart's experience points were maxed out, of course.
僕の経験値っていくつなんだろう
Okay, this is a really weird, but I'm just curious. He's saying his experience is maxed out, and it shows here his experience is 1209483294. Okay, well that's not... Huh. That's weird. Whatever. I guess they... How many experience points do I have, huh? Had the person named Takumi Nishijo grown at all since I'd started ESO? No, since I'd even been born? If I had, why was it so hard to talk to people? Why was I living a life that was one step away from being a total hikikomori? If I didn't log in for a few weeks, would Nightheart become a hikikomori too? For some reason, as I looked at Nightheart's back, I remembered those words. I started to wonder what Nightheart did when I wasn't controlling him. I kept my hands off the keyboard for a while, eating my stale chips and watching him.
もしナイトハルトに自我があるとしたら
He'd be walking tall through the city of Shangri-La, head held high. He was a hero, and everyone loved him.
ねえナイトハルト僕はいつでもお前を見てるんだぞお前はそれに気づいてるの
And then, even though I wasn't touching the keyboard, Nightheart's face suddenly turned around, even though the rest of him was still facing away. At least it kind of felt that way, lol.
なんつって
Bro, what the fuck? I watched the monitor for over an hour, but Nightheart didn't do anything but stand there. I'll tell it just as it happened. I went to school today, and then, when it was over, I found myself buying a cell phone with my little sister. You might not understand what I'm talking about. I didn't understand when it happened to me either.
お兄何ブツブツ言ってんのそれよりほらこの機種はどうかって聞いてるんだけど
God, I wanted to go home. How many times would I have to tell her that I didn't want a cell phone before it sunk in? When I got to school today, she barged right into my classroom. "Wow, look who actually came to school today," she'd said, and then she'd ordered me to come buy a phone with her. After school, I tried to escape before she could find me, but I'd forgotten how fast she could be. She'd easily found me, caught up to me, and dragged me to a shop in front of the station. I didn't want to go anywhere near the station. I never did. Every time I went, I felt like I'd throw up any minute now. Good Lord, he sure talks a lot about throwing up. Goodness. Nanami didn't know or care about how I felt, though. She was looking at all the different display models and muttering to herself. I couldn't understand why Nanami would care about what kind of phone I got.
これ色が結構可愛いじゃん。いいと思うな。
She asked my opinion and I gave the obvious answer.
それっていい？
でもな、いいにはちょっと可愛すぎかも。似合わなさそう。
I told her I was fine with it, and she didn't listen. I'd lost count of how many times I told her I was okay with whatever model she wanted. She asked my opinion, but didn't seem interested in listening to it. That was the problem with 3D women.
お兄、大丈夫？やっぱり人の多さにやられちゃった？マクディで休もうか？
MacD's. MacD's? You want me to go into a fast food chain that's full of DQNs? That would be even worse than this place. I furiously shook my head.
そっか。じゃあなるべく早めに決めるね。でもちょっと迷っちゃっててさ。
I sighed and decided to leave her behind so I could go home. She was staring intently at the rows of cell phones, which gave me an opportunity to slip away. Shit. I started to walk toward the 107 when I saw something so startling I came to a stop. What was that? On the other side of the huge crowd of people, on the steps to the 107 building, there was a girl who stood out from the rest. She was holding a sword? Its colors and the way it looked reminded me of the mic stand that Fess had been holding during the concert. It was probably from the same product line, I assumed. It sure was a big sword, though. It might have been even longer than the one Fess had been holding. The girl with the sword was, surprisingly, wearing a Suime uniform. From this distance, I couldn't make out her face, even though she was holding something so huge and attention-grabbing. She was standing there calmly as she looked down at the people below her. It must have taken a ton of courage to do that. I was really impressed. Seriously. Carrying a huge toy sword like that in the middle of Shibuya, wasn't that incredibly embarrassing? That sword was probably an accessory for some new anime cosplay. Of course, I kept an eye on all the new anime that's coming out. Was there anything with a sword like that this season? Had I missed it? There was no way I would ever be able to carry something like that through the middle of Shibuya, but it was a really sweet sword. I kind of wanted one. I wondered if they were selling them in Akihabara. Maybe online?
お兄！
I suddenly took a heavy elbow to the back. I almost crumpled to the ground in pain. I turned around to see Nanami looking at me, arms crossed in anger.
もしかして逃げようとした？確かにナナが選ぶのに時間かけすぎたのは悪いと思うけどさ。だからってナナを置き去りにして逃げようとするなんてひどいよ。
I shook my head, or tried to anyway.
お兄のバカ、携帯の電磁波の浴びすぎで腎臓を悪くして死んじゃえ。
Electromagnetic waves. What was she talking about?
一生懸命お兄のために選んであげてたナナがバカみたいじゃん。こうなったらもう適当に決める。お兄なんてナナと同じ機種で十分だよ。
She grabbed me by the arm hard.
本気で今日契約するんだからね。それまで絶対逃がさない。
わかったよ。話せよ。
分かったならさっさと来て。
I had no idea why this was such a big deal to her. She really was an annoying little sister. In the end, all that time she'd spent picking a phone was totally wasted, as she just ended up getting me the same one she had. After an hour or so of signing contracts and filling out paperwork, I tried to take my phone and go, but Nanami stopped me. Bro, you have to sign contracts and shit for an hour just for a phone? God damn, what is this? Like trying to buy a house or something?
ナナが初期設定してあげるからマクディやろ。
She ignored my protestations and grabbed me by the collar, dragging me to the nearest MacD's.
どうせお兄携帯持って帰っても電源入れずにほったらかしにするに決まってるんだから。ナナがちゃんと使えるようにしてあげる。
Damn it. She was really determined to make me miserable. Why did it have to be a MacD's? MacD's in Shibuya was hell. There would always be way too many people, and it would be incredibly loud, with a DQN ratio off the charts. A group of 3 DQN-looking brown-haired mothers and their kids were sitting at the table next to me. Their kids, and all 3 were little brats with red streaks dyed in their hair, were running around the store screaming. Their mothers were simply ignoring them. At another table, 4 DQN-looking teenage boys were laughing loudly in their obnoxious voices. 2 high school girls in loose socks were sitting across from each other, both staring at their phones. They weren't talking. Next to them, a middle-aged salaryman was lying head down on a table, snoring. He was clearly skipping work. A table a little farther away was even stranger. A group of 5 boys and girls in elementary school had set their backpacks on the ground and were dangling their legs as they happily chatted with one another. A group date? You're in elementary school and you're on a group date? It was people I wanted nothing to do with as far as the eye could see. It was amazing that Nanami could feel at home here. The sheer number of people were making my head hurt, and I felt like I was going to vomit. Bro, how many fucking times does he say that shit? Why did I have to be here with my sister at a MacD's anyway?
ねえねえ、着信メロディーはどうする？なんか希望ある？
She wasn't even looking at me, just playing with my phone.
アニソン。
却下。そんなだからお兄はオタクさんなんだよ。
You were the one who asked me. It's my phone anyway. Let me put what I want on it.
あ、そうだ。大村彼らの新曲にしたら？あれすっごくいい曲だよ。最近のナナのお気に入り。
それこそ却下だ。
うん、まあお兄に大村彼らは似合わないか。
She cruelly insulted her older brother as she bit into a French fry. She'd ordered a fish sandwich combo even though we hadn't had dinner yet. I'd had to pay, too. For my part, I felt too sick to even consider eating anything. It wasn't fair.
あ、そうそう。それとね。
For some reason, she pulled her bag up to her lap and began to look through it.
お、あったあった。
And then she took out...
ゲロカエルンの不良品。
不良品じゃないよ。先週出たギョロリゲロカエルン。
Bug-eyed Garo Frog?
は？
知らないんだ。やっぱ遅れてるな、お兄は。ゲロカエルンって毎週金曜日に新作が発売されてるんだよ。もう全部で12種類ぐらいあるんだから。
Really? Was there enough demand for a new one every week?
ナナが携帯につけてるのは最初に出た普通のゲロカエルンでしょ。で、次がデブッチョゲロカエルンで、その次がカクカクゲロカエルン。
She quickly ran off the names of the various Garo Froggies.
第4弾がのっぺらゲロカエルンで、第5弾が輝くゲロカエルン。第6弾が一番人気があって猫ゲロカエルンっていうの。その後が幽霊ゲロカエルン、眠るゲロカエルン、燃えるゲロカエルン、ゾンビゲロカエルン、酔っ払いゲロカエルン。
Burning Garo Froggy? The hell? I want to know what that one looks like. Wow, had she memorized them all? Wait a second. Did that mean...
お前コンプリートしてるの？
もちろんだよ。全部集めなきゃ意味ないもん。毎週買うのに行列ができるんだからね。
For this lazy, sloppily made product? To be honest, I could probably have come up with a better design. Why had she started giving me a lecture about Garo Froggy anyway?
というわけで、このギョロリゲロカエルンあげる。
なんで？
このストラップを携帯につければ、少しは女子から「お、やるな」っていう目で見てもらえるから。
She began to attach it to my phone, despite my obvious disapproval.
コンプしなきゃ意味ないんだろ。僕がそれもらったらお前揃わないぞ。
心配しなくても大丈夫。2つ買ったもん。
毎回2つ買ってるのか？
I was really starting to worry about her sense of taste.
今回だけだよ。お兄の携帯用に余分に買ったの。
わざわざ。
わざわざ。
She finished attaching the strap and nodded, satisfied, before taking a sip of her drink. But then, suddenly, she gasped and leaned toward me.
別に並んだのはお兄のためじゃないよ。あくまでついでなんだから。
いらない。
はあ？
Nanami leaned forward with wide eyes. She looked ready to leap across the table at me.
いらないってナナがわざわざ買ってきてあげたのに？
ついでだったんだろ。っていうか僕ゲロカエルンとか興味ないし、むしろキモいし。
だからお兄は女子にモテないんだよ。
I thought she was going to slap me, but instead, she calmly sat down and began to nibble on her fries.
でも抵抗しても無駄だからね。ギョロリゲロカエルンもうくっつけちゃったもん。
It was like she thought she was in control here. Well, I guess she was. I hated to admit it, but she knew way more about phones than me.
もし勝手に外したら毎週並んでもらうの刑だからね。
並ぶって何に？
決まってんじゃん。新作ゲロカエルンを買うための行列。2時間待ちとか普通だから。
Insane. Why did I have to be threatened by my own little sister? She kept fiddling with my phone for a while after that. It kept her quiet, so I preferred it this way.
なんだか変な気分だな。
The next time she spoke, her bad mood had disappeared. Maybe she was the type who didn't need to sleep on something unpleasant to forget about it. She could forget it after just a few minutes. What an easygoing personality she had. In a way, I was jealous.
うん、やっぱ変だよ。お兄とこうして2人で出かけるのって久しぶりな気がするもん。いつ以来かな、よく思い出せないや。お兄はいっつも部屋にこもってアニメ見てるかゲームしてるかだもんね。ま、たまにはこういうのもいいかな、新鮮で。さすがに毎日はナナも嫌だけど。
Nanami put my phone on the table and picked up her fish sandwich. She happily took off the wrapper and bit in. I suddenly remembered her saying that she liked the fish sandwiches here.
せいぜい太るがいいさ。
She suddenly froze. She was looking at me with hatred in her eyes. And then, after a moment's hesitation, she slowly offered me the half-eaten sandwich.
半分食べる？
もう手遅れだよ。うん。
そういうこと言うと上司に嫌われるって覚えといた方がいいよ、バカ鬼。
In the end, she ate the whole sandwich by herself. You greedy girl. What the hell was that about? After that, I was forced to listen to more of her boring stories, before she finally handed the phone over to me. By then, the sun had set. It had been a long, painful few hours. I was finally able to say goodbye and head home. Fall was in full swing, and the chill of the night breeze did wonders to calm my headaches and urge to vomit. Being in a crowd for a long time always made my head hurt and made me want to throw up. I wish Nanami would die. Not literally die, but you know. She only cared about herself. She had absolutely no idea how much the things she was doing were hurting me. I was sure of that. If I could have, I would have snapped the phone in half and thrown it in the nearest garbage can. It wasn't my money, for one thing. But if I did that, Nanami would come back with my parents in tow this time, and they'd just tell me I had to buy another one since the first one broke. I restrained my impulse to destroy the thing. Time to just go home. Go home and play some ESO. The stress had really been building up over these past few days. I hoped my peaceful daily life would come back soon. Another bizarre murder had taken place that night. The fourth new-gen murder. I was playing ESO when Grim, as usual, came to tell me. Nightheart, yo, Grim. Nightheart, you're late tonight. For a moment, I couldn't believe my eyes. How did Grim know those words? My fingers were shaking on the keyboard. I didn't know what to say. It was all I could do to keep my eyes on the monitor as he typed. I bit my lip in front of the computer. I came close to imagining it in my mind, but I managed to shake off the delusion. I took a sip of soda to calm myself down. Damn that Grim. He was deliberately trying to ambush me. I knew it. Okay. Like, it didn't give me a chance to read everything you put on there because it went by so fast. But anyway, I guess we'll just... Okay, Grim, I'm starting to believe the guys who say something occult is going on are right. Wait. Oh, okay, I guess you can go back. It puts the chat stuff in here. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and read this then. Grim put, whose eyes are those? Grim, the fourth new-gen murder happened. Grim, I've been watching the festival. Grim, Shibuya's going nuts, man. Grim, this one's the craziest of the lot. Grim, all the blood was drained from the victim's corpse. Grim, they found the body in the Inokashira Line station's toilets. Grim, and what happened to the body is just messed up. Grim, all its skin turned green. Grim, scary. Super scary. Grim, okay, yeah. I'm starting to believe the guys who said something occult is going on are right. Grim, no human could have done that. Grim, huh? Huh? Grim, no reaction? Nightheart, how do you know so much about it? Nightheart, you're talking like you actually saw it. Grim, well, I did, basically. Grim, you still don't care then? Grim, about New Gen? Nightheart, I'd rather spend my free time grinding in ESO. Nightheart, then reading up on New Gen. Grim, that's our lightning fast Nightheart. Grim, he grinds like no mere mortal man can. Grim, our inspiration, our idol. I didn't want to talk about New Gen, so I tried to change the subject as soon as possible. Grim, anyway, check this out. And then he put a link. Well, looks like maybe two different links. Grim, well, Nightheart, I feel like I'm gonna get trolled. Last time this had happened, he trolled me with what he said was a Guro image, and it turned out to be something stupid he'd drawn. It was entirely possible he'd do the opposite this time. Grim, wait, you seriously don't know? Nightheart, know what? Grim, are you actually just that far behind everybody else? Nightheart, shut up. Nightheart, so what is it? Grim, what if I told you your beloved Seireton was involved? Really? Then I had to look at it. Well, it looked like some kind of auction site. It probably wasn't a mental browser crash or anything bad like that, right? Browser crash, an image web page that crashes a user's browser. Okay. I clicked on the link, a little excited. There is a shortage of Type B blood? What was this flyer? I'd seen it somewhere. Deja vu again. Anyway, where was the pic of Seireton? I scrolled the mouse wheel to go down the page. And I was suddenly met with what was clearly a Guro image. I quickly looked back toward the left monitor and closed the browser. The Guro image had only been on my monitor for 3 seconds. I'd only really gotten a solid look at it for less than a second, but still. Grim, it's a pic of the 4th New Gen body. Grim, it was put up on an auction site. Grim, before the media had reported on the murder. Grim, you could buy the victim's brutally murdered corpse, lol. Grim, in other words, the one who posted it Has to be the new gen killer. Grim. Crazy, huh? Grim. Their username for the auction was Vampirer. Grim. I mean, it's obviously a throwaway username, though. Grim. But the whole internet's going nuts. Grim. It's getting pasted to all kinds of different message boards. Grim. They're making memes of it, too. Grim. The meme craftsmen were right on top of it. And there's a Grim, and there's a dying message in it too, Grim, in the image. A dying message. A dying message. Grim, on the wall, written in the victim's blood. Grim, I didn't realize that stuff was real. Grim, maybe the killer is just doing it for the lulz. Grim, hello, Mr. Nightheart? Grim, did you freeze on me? I'd only gotten to see the picture for a second, but still.
ゲームだ。こんな世界は虚構のゲームの世界に違いないんだ。
The image of those red letters sloppily painted on the wall was burned into my brain. I tried not to think about it, but each of them came into my mind in turn, as if accusing me.
なんであの言葉がここで出てくるんだ。
I don't know. I think at this point it's becoming pretty clear that this Takumi really does have a split personality, and his other personality is behind the murders. In fact, his other personality might even be trying to fuck with his current personality. I knew those words well. I said those words often. They were a question I would ask no one in particular, and Grimm had said them to me when I logged into ESO. Each of the words was common by itself, but no one else used them the way I did. That's the end of chapter 2. Alright. So we'll go into chapter 3 here for about 15 minutes, and then I think I'm going to go after that. 4:00 a.m. Shibuya is a city that never sleeps, but at this hour, there were few people at Scramble Crossing in front of the station. Instead, the square was filled with taxis, there to ferry home drunks who couldn't wait for the first train. Most of the taxi drivers had their seats pulled back so they could nap. A few of them, though, took their jobs more seriously. They leaned forward on the wheel and watched the 107 building and Center Street. But tonight, they weren't watching for potential customers. They were watching with interest a cleaning crew that had appeared about half an hour earlier. How did they know it was a cleaning crew? because each of the men wore a yellow armband with the words "cleaning crew" on it. Otherwise, no one would have ever associated them with the term. The men were wearing black suits, and the whole time they'd been here, they showed no signs of starting to clean anything. One of the men held a strange measuring device that looked like some kind of pendulum, and others were around him, using it to take readings of some kind. They weren't staying in one place either. They were going all around Scramble Crossing and taking measurements they would then write onto a piece of paper. Right now they were directly under a traffic light, silently watching the pendulum device. It made a sound.
地点 L2 の8、0.62 メガ GE、ハイスコアです。
先月より38ポイントもアップか。思った通りだ。
Are they measuring radiation or something? But no one in Shibuya that night was watching the cleaning crew that closely, though. As soon as a passenger climbed into a cab, its driver quickly forgot about the cleaners. And most of the drunks had already passed out and were in no position to look at what was going on around them. The cabaret girls and prostitutes, finally free of the stress that came with smiling at nasty drunks for hours, were getting into taxis to quickly return home. And so, no one realized that the government had not announced any plans to clean Scramble Crossing that night. Okay. Kind of they're foreshadowing something. Even after the weekend ended, the furor over the fourth New Generation Madness case, the Vampire-er, showed no sign of slowing down. The corpse of a man, drained completely of blood, his skin turning a sickly, inhuman green. It was found in a toilet on the Shibuya Inokashira line. Not only that, a photo of the corpse was put up on an online auction site at about the same time the corpse was found. The bizarre, cruel nature of the murder meant the media and @channel were sure to leap on it. The message on the auction page had also attracted a lot of attention. There is a shortage of type B blood. Large numbers of tissue packets advertising blood donations with that exact same text had been handed out in Shibuya. I had a packet of them with me right now. Thinking back, that strange text wasn't an ad for blood donations at all. It was an announcement predicting the next murder. The cops were looking for the part-timers that had been handing them out, but nobody could find much of anything in the way of clues. There was something very different about Vampire-er compared to the previous cases. There'd been signs of it during the Crucified case, but this latest murder really felt like a theatrical crime, a spectacle meant for public consumption. A crime committed in a state of high public scrutiny. Some pundits were suggesting things like bringing more cops into Shibuya or establishing a curfew for anybody under a certain age. But the number of young people visiting the city showed no sign of going down. Scramble Crossing and Center Street were as packed as ever. The net was in an uproar. Several snakes, or internet detectives, were going around Shibuya and giving live reports on what they saw, and a popular new phrase was spreading among the youth of the city. Whose eyes are those? It was spreading not just online, but among the DQNs who walked around the streets of Shibuya. On 8chan, people were putting the phrase at the end of messages that had nothing to do with New Gen. This week's Blood Tune didn't have enough Seiraton. Whose eyes are those? The new weapons they added in the latest patch are kind of shit. Whose eyes are those? What kind of whose eyes are those is that? Like that. New Gen was nothing but a source of fun for the youth of the city, but to me, it was an absolute nightmare. That said, 3 days after the Vampirer incident, I'd started to calm down. Of course, it was still in the back of my mind, but a solid weekend of ESO had helped me forget all the awful and unexplainable things that had happened. Today was a school day, and I'd even managed to make it through the day's classes by sleeping or thinking of rare ESO items. I'd grown up a little. And so, like always, I headed to At Cafe after school ended. I was happy to see that my designated spot, room 37, was open. It had been 2 weeks since the last time I'd come here. It was the first time there'd been such a long gap. The musty smell of the breeze coming from the air conditioner, the stench of the cigarette smoke clinging to the manga, the pleasant feeling of the reclining seats, and the silence, punctuated by the snoring of middle-aged men. It felt so good to be back.
ルーム37の PC のチャットログを調べさせてもらいました。そこから分かったことは、あなた一人の自作自演。将軍は、あなた自身。
I hadn't seen Yua since then. We were in different grades, and I didn't go to school that often in the first place. So of course we wouldn't run into each other that often, but...
ユアの妄想はすごいよ。
I felt so bad for her. She must have a terrible mental disorder. It was best to just ignore people like that. Things with Yua had just been a disaster from the start. For the past 2 weeks, I'd been dragged into one mess after another. Until then, my life had been incredibly peaceful. The only person who talked to me was Misumi. Why was all this bizarre stuff happening to me lately? I didn't even want to think about any of it. That dying message was just a coincidence, I decided. I mean, they were all really common words. If somebody with a brain like mine could come up with them, anybody could. I didn't care who that message was meant to reach. No, that wasn't it. I couldn't let myself care. I suddenly heard a noise nearby. I shuddered in my reclining seat, shocked. It was the sound of a phone ringing, but whose? The place was silent, so the ringing sounded really loud. I looked around, but I couldn't even see a phone.
あ、もしかして。
I suddenly had an idea and looked inside my bag. Just like I thought, it was the phone I'd bought several days ago. Trembling, I looked at the screen. Phones were supposed to show the number of whoever was calling you, right? Should I pick up? But I didn't really like talking to people. Who was calling me anyway? I hadn't given this number to anybody. The only ones who knew it were Nanami and the rest of my family. She'd put their names in my contacts too, even though I hadn't asked her to. If the number dialing me was one registered in my contacts, it should display the name instead, which meant it wasn't my family. So, who could it be? The phone kept ringing. Were people always this persistent when they called your cell phone? I'd never used one before, so I didn't know for sure, but it was really annoying. They were just barging into my private space and ringing my phone until I answered. That was a violation of my privacy, wasn't it? That's why I never wanted a phone to begin with. Oh, it stopped. Relieved, I looked at the phone's liquid crystal screen. One missed call, it read. I didn't know who'd called, but I certainly didn't feel like calling back, so I decided to just ignore it. I should learn how to set up voicemail so this didn't happen again. Cell phones were such a pain. I didn't like phones anyway. I mean, they were really weird. How was anybody ever sure that the person they were talking to was really who they said they were? There were a lot of phone scams out there, right? Did people just not bother to check? I just couldn't understand how somebody could talk to someone else when they weren't even sure they were real. I understood the physics principles that let you talk to somebody far away via a phone, but I still found it hard to believe. When you talked on the phone, your voice was turned into an electronic signal. This signal was transmitted down a wire to the person on the other end, and then turned back into a voice so they could be heard. In other words, if you wanted to talk to somebody on the phone, your voice needed to be transformed a minimum of 2 times. For a cell phone, first the electrical signals created from your voice were sent to a nearby cell tower, then transferred to a switching center via normal telephone lines. From there, they were sent to the tower nearest to the person you were talking to, and then sent via electromagnetic waves to their cell phone. It was an incredibly complicated and bizarre process. If my voice was being transformed into electrical signals, could the person I was talking to really hear every single thing I was saying? Exactly the way I said it? Wasn't there a chance that in the process of turning it into an electrical signal, it could end up being turned into something else altogether? For instance, say I called Nanami, and instead of my voice being sent directly to her, It was sent to some weird building somewhere. And there, somebody I'd never met could pretend to be Nanami. Maybe I wasn't even talking to a person. I could be talking to a computer. That's why talking on the phone was so scary to me. It was scarier than even talking to someone in person. Yeah. Alright, well, I think we're gonna stop here. Yeah, I just had like... I just had a wave of sleepiness just freaking overcome me just here just like a couple minutes ago. So yeah, I kind of want to go to bed now, so... Alrighty. Well, I think I'll be back again probably tomorrow. We'll do more Outer Wilds, and then Chaos Head after that. So, although I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do next on Outer Wilds, but hopefully I'll think of something before tomorrow night. So, anyway, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night.